What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to 3 Point Conversion. Check it out.
Doc, I guess just for you guys in this game, felt like as the game slowed down, you guys started to isolate more.
Yeah, I thought way too many ISOs. And not only did we ISO the wrong guy. Jonathan Isaac changed the game for them. He's long, he's effective, and it was, we just kept setting pick and rolls with him instead of other guys. But good lesson,
It is.
We're not a good ISO team though. I think we've proven that through the year. We are at times, but I think we're up 9. I think we had 10 or 11 straight possessions, and we may have scored once, may not have scored any of them. That's something. I talked about it at halftime. I talked about it before the game. That's just something we have to catch ourselves. We have to be better in that. 2 or 3 times down the court, you don't get the shot you want, execute a play. And that's not what we've done in the past, but that's what we have to do in the future if we want to be a good basketball team.
Do you think the paint, I think 4 of 12 in the paint, it was only made 30%. So was some of that some variance? Did you like some of the looks inside, or was that
I didn't like many of our looks. I thought defensively they were great. So I didn't like a lot of our looks. I didn't like a lot of our possessions, and that's on me trying to get them in the right spot. But we didn't run a very good offensive game tonight.
You mentioned how Isaac changed the game, that combo of him and so it's like defensively, what just assessment of that?
Yeah, I thought all their guards. I thought he shortened the rotation today. He basically went with the defensive players, and they were far more physical than us tonight as well. And that's something that can never happen with us, but they were.
As we kind of wait to figure out the seeding, you did clinch a Central Division. I know, as you said, but it's named after Wayne Embry.
Anything after Wayne Embry is a good award, is the way I look at it. He's a pioneer of the league. I mean, he literally is why I believe I'm coaching, because he's the guy that I seek advice on when I first got out of the league. I had 2 or 3 assistant coaching jobs interviews, and he told me not to take them. Told me to go to TV and let everybody see your brain instead of sitting on the bench where no one sees you. And he was right. So it's cool. Listen, winning anything is nice. That means you earned it and you got it. And now we're on the bigger things.
You lose 8 of 11 in the season.
Yeah.
How do you try to right the ship?
I'm not worried about the 8 or 11. I can't get them back. No one wants to lose that. That's on me and the team. But what can I do? We're here for right now. Starting right now is what, unfortunately, I think all of our players were looking for, honestly. And that's what we're going to get.
How do you Ross showed you just like the league plan out.
No, we're hoping we're going to work hard. We need work. But we're also going to get some rest because, we may not play until Sunday. And if that's true, we'll have a lot of prep time.
There's a possibility that you don't have Giannis in that game one.
Mm-hmm.
What have you taken from the games without him here offensively?
I think there's times we can be really good offensively, and then there's times that we struggle. I mean, Giannis and Dame are our 2 primary ball handlers, and we take one off the floor. And that stretch when Dame's off the floor is where we're going to have to, by playoff time, be really good at. Because that's where the ball handling issues come usually. The Oklahoma game, we turn it over, no Dame. And stretches tonight, the same thing. And that's going to be the biggest thing for us if Giannis doesn't play.
You mentioned a lesson learned with ISOing Isaac being the wrong man and all that. This being a Magic team that you could very well see in the playoffs, how valuable is that lesson?
I think they're all good lessons. I don't know if there's a bad one, out there. As long as you learn it, you can talk about it, but then you have to put it into action.
You mentioned at the start, you've seen that the ISO doesn't always work. There have been times where, as you said, we can get away with that. Do you think this week can be good for you to sort of emphasize to the guys?
Yeah, it's a good week for us. I think it's a good week for us as a team. We can really work on the weaknesses that we see. We can talk about them. We get everybody on the same page. I think this is a huge week for us.
Is it kind of similar to that All-Star game coming out that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, somewhat, but a little different. You know, listen, we didn't play well down the stretch. Had a lot of stuff going on, and then mentally, I just think, you know, when you know you're in, you know you got a home court. I don't think we handled that very well, but we don't have to worry about any of that anymore. We're going to play an opponent, and best out of 4, and then we're going to play another opponent, best out of 4, and then we're going to play another opponent. That's our goals, and we just got to keep playing till we get to the 4th round.
Just thinking about your transition defense since you've taken over,
Yeah.
it has taken some strides, but
Yeah.
obviously when the offense gets synced
If you
up,
turn the ball over, your transition D is going to be bad. If you have bad offense, you know, listen, in the first half, and I told our guys, some of the transition was off. The shot was a turnover. You know, they just don't count that as a turnover. I do. And so we have to have quality shots. Otherwise, we struggle. Do we know what we're playing yet?
We tried to wake you up.
Yeah.
There's a 13-second. I can't get a refresh.
You want me to wait for you?
2 seconds.
Who's winning?
Knicks or
Knicks.
Who's got the
By how
ball?
much?
Point.
I see it. Oh my God.
Indiana's going to make, or who are they playing? Chicago will make a 3.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Paul, let me ask you about the first quarter, because there obviously you were leading at the end of that first quarter. What do you feel like was working to kind of start the game to put you in that
We
position?
moved the ball, executed, got stops, got easy baskets, shared the ball. It was pretty easy. That's every night when you do that, any team. So
Did I know Dame came out at 30? Was that his limit, or was that one of those where if
I just
that
didn't
group
like how
could
he
have
was
jumped back
moving,
in?
honestly. I just didn't like the way he was moving in the first half. And,
It looked like there was a point where you talked to him and
he
he was
took a
like,
bad
"I'm
step.
okay." And
He took a bad step, and
Yeah.
I just didn't like the way he was moving. I'm just being straight with you. You know, I went against what everybody. That's the one of the few times I just figure if you sit him, you can't be wrong. You know, and so I don't know. I just saw him. I didn't think he was moving well, so I just took him out. Game over.
yeah,
Oh, it's an NBA timeout.
Yeah,
No. It's the 22nd timeout that lasted 2.5 minutes.
We tried to stall him, Coach.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stall and wait for you guys. The Masters is on.
Anyone you like in the Masters, Coach?
Tiger.
For sure. For sure. I knew that was an easy one.
But he's not gonna win. I like Scheffler a lot, and if not, I like the young kid. I hope the young kid does well.
Yeah, Scheffler's a tough front runner.
He's just good.
He had made 50% of one putts. Like it was like his putting was insane.
Yeah, when he putts well, he's unbeatable.
Yeah.
He's the best iron player and everything player, but he's a poor putter, right?
Yeah.
You get to play. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play yesterday?
I played like Scheffler
Oh, there we go.
on the front nine yesterday. Barry, you're under the gun here. We're waiting for you.
2 seconds, Knicks ball. They're trying to get inbound.
Knicks are up.
Knicks are
Yeah.
up.
I thought you said Chicago's ball.
They just DeMar missed the runner and then the Knicks got back.
It's over.
So
Knicks.
Okay, so now what's the question?
Indiana.
So yeah, 3 seed, right? 3 seed. Indiana's the 6.
Yeah.
You have said if there's a benefit to not having the 2, it's that you
Yeah, we
have a
get to
full week
practice.
of
Yeah,
one team.
and Indiana has had our number all year, right? So, perfect opponent. You know, listen, we got to play somebody, and they're tough. They played great against us. They have probably great confidence against us. We'll have great focus because we're going to have to.
You've never coached the Bucks during a Bucks Pacers game.
Yeah,
this
I
year.
think I might have. I didn't do one, but I was in the same city.
Right.
In Vegas. Right, yeah. And so, yeah, I watched that game because I think I did the game that followed. But I have not studied that a lot yet, to be honest.
That Pacers team in the Bucks against in those games got out in
The
transition.
great Clifford Ray. Guys, everybody, Clifford Ray just peeked in. The great Clifford Ray. He has a book out, right, Cliff?
That's right.
What is it called?
Big Clifford Ray saved the day.
So original. So what were you saying?
The Pacers got out in transition.
Yeah.
that's something they've been doing against everybody all year
Yeah.
long. It's something that you guys have struggled with.
Yeah.
How do you try to zone it?
I literally don't know yet. Like, I'm gonna watch film, and we'll get to it. You know, we're gonna enjoy the day, Sunday. We're gonna relax. We're gonna watch film, and we will have a game plan, and we'll be ready when that day comes.
Nice talk.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
You stayed for that.